Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Great League Catch Cup, and let's see what team we're going to be running with. So we have a slightly different team to run with. I believe it's going to be the ABB double flyers in the back. We're going to start off with the Sandslash versus this Galvantula. Here they're going to stay in for now, and luckily for us, we are able to reach the move first. So we're going to go and fire out this Ice Punch. This Ice Punch does get let go, so we get him into the yellow. Now, we don't have to shield anything for this first one. We're going to let this one go. Ends up being the discharge. Takes us into the red, but we're still okay with that because we're going to be able to outpace them into this Ice Punch. Here, the Ice Punch is going to potentially KO. We do get the KO, and now we see what's in the back. Ends up being the Golisopod, but then they switch out immediately into their Wigglytuff. So we do draw out the Fairy. And we are taking a lot of fast move pressure, but we are able to throw Aero Ace back. So this Aero Ace here is going to be able to chip away at this Wigglytuff. You can see here we're going to be able to get to another Aero Ace. This Aero Ace here does get this Wigglytuff into the red. And now we can come in with our... we can come in with our Mantine. We're going to have to shield a move to preserve the health on this Mantine, and we're looking to get the farm down. They decided to switch out immediately. We're going to try to get to a move. Unfortunately, unable to get to that move right there. We are going to be able to resist this liquidation, thankfully, and maybe because they threw the liquidation, they are not running Aero Ace. So potentially this is a Golisopod that has no good moves except for its fast moves. We're going to be able to get to another Aero Ace. Does get the second shield, so now it's the race. Can we get to the next Aero Ace? Here we're going to invest the shield. Okay, they do end up having the Aero Ace. They just wanted to try to debuff us. Here we're going to tank another Aero Ace, I believe. Luckily we are able to survive that, and now we're just gonna throw this Aero Ace right before they get the charm to register. So we have to play this perfection, and unfortunately, we do lose CAP tie versus the Golisopod, and they are barely going to be able to win that game right there. GG's to our opponent. Well played by them, kind of switching in and out and playing the game to perfection. Unfortunately, the Wigglytuff was just too big of a problem in that mid-game, so we weren't able to close that game correctly. But still solid team. Let's see if we can show some wins here. We got the Sandslash versus this Excadrill. This is going to be kind of interesting because they are doing super effective fast moves, but we are going to potentially throw a move back at them, but we decided to just catch the move outright, and we do get the first catch correctly. We know that they're going to be able to throw rock slides, so we're going to tank. I believe we're going to tank this here. Yep. We are able to survive it, and then we're just going to force them to switch out. They ended up showing, what is that? Okay, it ends up being the Mantines here. So we are going to be able to get to another Dark Pulse here to chip away at this Mantine, and then we can see what we want to do from there. In fact, they might try to farm down, but they do not allow us to farm up to the Dark Pulse, and they're just taking us out immediately. So we're just going to go straight into our Mantine here because we want the energy advantage. We are banking that they are not running Ice Beam. Okay, no Ice Beam here. And let's see what they end up throwing. So we do have the Water Pulse for coverage. So that's the idea right here. And they switch back into the Excadrill. So we're going to throw this Water Pulse to see if they believe us. They do believe us. So we're going to switch out immediately. We're expecting a Rock Slide, and indeed it is. So it doesn't quite KO. That allows us to get to this move here. This Ice Punch potentially could KO from this range because it's very squishy. And then now we know that they're switched a lot. They are going to be able to CAP tie us right here. We're just going to let this go because we're going to come back in with the Mantine, look for the farm down, and we do end up getting the farm down. So GG's to our opponent. I'm anticipating some kind of fighter in the back or some kind of Mud Boy. But either way, 2 shields with that Mantine with some good energy is going to be pretty decent in most cases. So nice play by us. Next game, let's see what we find. So we got the Sandslash versus this Stumpus. Because Nova Stumpus, kind of a core breaker for the entire team, but at least we have some play with this Sandslash. We are chunking away with our fast moves. First, Mud Bomb goes through. We shield it. We actually want them to shield as well. We want the shields down. So as you can see right there, they are going to be able to get to another move. This move here would potentially get us so low. So we're just going to invest double shield here. And then let's see, we're going to try to catch a move at this point. Oh, they actually let it go. So potential farm. Yes, we'll take that. So let's see what they have in the back here that they just were so stubborn. Okay, so they decide to come in with the, what is that, Arctobax? The Arctobax here does tank the first move. We're going to switch out trying to catch a Dragon Claw. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. They are going to go for the ice move here. We know that we are going to potentially survive, and we do end up surviving that, which allows us to get to this move right here. Ends up getting this Arctobax into the low red. Forcing them to use some more energy here is key, because we do not want them to have another avalanche for our Mantine. But it looks like they're going to switch out immediately into the Venusaur. That is not great news for them, because we already have the Ice Punch to get shielded. We're going to be able to get to another one here after we actually going to save it. And then we're going to force out some energy. We know we can survive one Frenzy Plant. We already had an Aero Ace here, so this is going to give some big damage towards this Venusaur. Boom, goes the Venusaur, and now all we have to do is deal with the Arctobax, and luckily we do have a move banked. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the basically Mantine and the Mandibuzz kind of acting like a tank, to be honest. Next game, let's see what we find. We got the Troll Wind Pod here, and then the Sandslash. So it looks like this game here is going to be Force Quit. GG's to our opponent. And let's see if we can end off on a good note here with this team. Let us know what y'all think about this team so far. Is this something you're going to be able to build? Is this something that you think that you would want to try? Let's see what's happening. So next game, let's see Sandslash versus the Annihilate. Absolute worst situation, but we are going to switch out. We're going to figure out what they have in the back here. Okay, so them bringing in their Mirror Mantine kind of gives us a hint that they don't really have a great answer to this Mantine. So whatever's in the back also does not want to see the Mantine as well. We already saw the Annihilate, so I'm thinking potentially maybe some kind of Mud Boy or some kind of grass type, but we'll play this out. We know that we're going to be able to win this switch because we do have the energy advantage, so we just have to watch what they shield. So they decided to just let it go, and they actually have the Annihilate come back in, but because we are able to survive the counters, we are able to get to this Aero Ace. This Aero Ace does get the shield, and now we're just going to come in with our Mandibuzz and see if we can win the game. 2 shields up. Ooh, the Annihilate is running the Ice Punch, so they are able to fight back with a super effective move. So far, they haven't seemed to switch out yet. Oh, okay, so this is going to be an issue. Shadow Feraligatr running this Hydro Cannon is going to be pretty spammy. We know that we can throw this Drill Run to either get some big damage or we can get the last shield, but they decided to just go for the farm down, and that's going to help their situation tremendously. Here, we're going to have to call. Oh, unfortunately, it was not the potential Ice Beam. Now it's just going to be a race. Can we get to 2 moves to take out this Feraligatr? One Aero goes through. We get to another one, but is this going to be the Ice Beam? No Ice Beam, so we're going to potentially farm. Okay, they actually are able to switch back into their Annihilate. This Annihilate here does barely not to get taken out, and we are able to farm it down. We are very close to a move, and unfortunately not able to win that game. So GG's to opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already. Let us know if you enjoyed the video.